everyone, and welcome to Sweet Pieces Inspirations, and welcome to clue number 3 for our mystery crochet along. This time you guys get a little preview of what we are going to be working on, which is going to be the Celtic weave stitch. And I know I am probably getting some eye rolls and some sighs up there because this stitch isn't the most easiest and it can be a little tedious. So I do want to put out a suggestion. If you find any kind of difficulties working this stitch, you can either email me and I can have a one-on-one discussion with you and try to help you out, or you can also refer back to clue number 1 and just work clue number 1 for this portion. That is completely up to you. I am here to help you guys if you need it. And then also we are going to be doing our lace portion that we done in clue number 1 and clue number 2, which if you have not checked out both of those clues, the playlist is going to be down in the comment section along with at the end of this video as well. So I am going to be using my main color again, which is the Scarfy. That is the Claret / Oxford colorway. You are going to need about 206 to 210 yards for this portion. Now the Celtic weave, the portion that I did for this, is going to be a little bit smaller than the last 2 portions that we did due to this being such a yarn eater. You can continue going further on if you would like to, more than these 9 rows of the Celtic weave. That is up to you. I'm kind of limited on yarn, so that's why I kind of cut it a little short. And then also for the lace portion, I am using the I Love This Yarn Ivory, and you will need at least 50 yards for that. And of course, I'm using a 5mm hook. You can use whatever yarn you would like. That is completely up to you, but that is what I'm going to be using, and this is kind of the design that I was aiming for. So, are you guys ready to know what clue number 3 represents? So, clue number 3 is As We Dream by the Fire. So, the reason why I did that as the clue for number 3 is, for one, it goes with the theme that you guys will find out in clue number 5. But also, the Celtic weave, in a way, almost kind of, especially with this red, reminds me of campfires or fire flame. So that's kind of why I decided to go with As We Dream by the Fire for clue number 3. So that is really about it that you need to know for this portion. You can go ahead and grab your yarn, grab your hooks, and we'll go ahead and get started. To start clue number 3, we have to switch our color back to our main, which is the Scarfy for me. And you want to make sure that you are switching on the back side of our work. So our back side should be facing us. And we need to get 84 stitches across this lace that we finished off in part 2. And how I did that is I single crocheted in that very first stitch, and then in the chain spaces I single crocheted 3 and then single crocheted into the top of that cluster that we finished off in part 2. And you'll go ahead and continue repeating that until you have a total of 84 stitches. Now the very last one was a little bit different. I only did 2 stitches in that chain space and then a single crochet in that very last stitch. So once you have 84 stitches completed, we're going to go ahead and chain 1. Let me get my yarn situated here. So once you have all 84 stitches, we are going to chain 1, go ahead and turn our work. And now we are going to place a half, or actually go ahead and chain 2, and we are going to place a half double crochet in each stitch. So once you have gotten row 2 completed, you should have a total of 84 half double crochets. And once I have gotten row 2 completed, I will go ahead and meet you for row 3. Once you have row number 2 completed, go ahead and chain 3 and turn your work. And we are going to start off by placing a double crochet in that front loop only. So you have these 2 loops that will initially crochet into, and then you have this loop that's in the very front. We're going to go into that loop and place a double crochet. So what this is doing is causing a ridge in the front. It's the same thing that we did in part 1. So go ahead and continue repeating that, placing a double crochet in the front loop only. And once I have gotten this completed, I will meet you for the starting of our repeating rows. Now we are going to be working on our repeating rows, so go ahead and chain 4. And now in the first 2 stitches, we are going to place a treble stitch in each. So go ahead and yarn over twice, go into that first stitch, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Again, in the next stitch, yarn over twice, go into that stitch, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now we are going to be working in the next 4 posts. So we're going to skip the next 2 posts, and in that 3rd post we are going to be placing a front post treble crochet. So we're going to go from side underneath that post and back into the other side of that post, and we are going to draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. We're going to go into the next post and do the exact same thing. So yarn over twice, do a front post treble stitch, so draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now we are going to go back to those posts that we skipped, and we are going to go to the furthest post from us and place a front post treble crochet. So yarn over twice, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And then in that last post, which is the second one, we are going to do another front post treble. So that is our repeating unit, and I'll do that with you once more. So go ahead and skip the next 2 posts and go into the 3rd post. Yarn over twice, do a front post treble, go into the next post and place a front post treble, go to the 2 posts that we skipped, and in that first one that we skipped, we are going to place a front post treble as well. And then in that second one, go ahead and place a front post treble. So that is our repeating unit, and I will meet you for the end of this row, and then we'll start on the 2nd row repeat. So how your stitches should look is you'll have a crossover in the front, and then you'll have a crossover in the back. So you should have 2 stitches left, and in each of those 2 stitches we are going to place a treble crochet in each. And now for the 2nd row repeat, go ahead and chain up 4, turn your work, and into those first 2 stitches, actually don't chain 4, chain 3, sorry about that. And we are going to place a double crochet in these 2 first stitches. And I do suggest watching what I'm doing first before we carry on, because this is where it gets a little tricky. So what we're going to do is we are going to first yarn over twice, and you have a set that's 2 of these are in the front, and then you have a set of 2 in the back. So we are going to, in the set that's in the front, we are going to place a back post treble crochet. So we're going to go from back to front to back. We're going to draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Yarn over again twice. We're going to go into that second stitch, and we're going to do the same thing. So from back to front to back, which is a back post treble crochet. And then once you have both of those made, so what this is doing is elongating that stitch, which is a cable. Now we are going to skip these 2 stitches that are on the back side of the very back. So the front that we just worked in, and then the back. We're going to go to the next set that's in the front, and we are going to yarn over twice and do another back post treble crochet in both of those stitches. So there's one, and we are going to the next stitch and placing a back post treble crochet. And once you have both of those completed, we're going back to the 2 that we skipped, which is in the very back. We're going to yarn over twice, and we are going to be working on the back side of this 2 that we just made. So we're going to the back. We're going to grab that very first stitch that we skipped, and we're going to do a back post treble crochet into that stitch. So I'm hoping you guys can see. I know this yarn's a little dark, but I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So yarn over twice again. We are going on the back side of these 2 that we made, and we're going to grab that second post that we skipped, go from back to back, and place a back post treble crochet. So draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So that is the repeat unit. I know that is a little confusing, and if you can't seem to get the concept, then feel free to go back to part 1 and just work the repeating rows for part 1. That is completely up to you. If you feel like you can do it, then good for you. But if you also want to do it and you don't fully understand right now and need a little bit more assistance, feel free to email me. So we're going to do the repeat unit again. So we're going to skip these 2 stitches that are in the back because we've already worked these 2 in the front. So we're skipping these 2 that are in the back. We're going to yarn over twice, and we're going to go to the next 2 that are in the front crossover, and we're going to do a back post treble crochet. So again, from back to front to back, drop a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're going to do the same thing in the next stitch. So yarn over twice, from back to front to back, drop loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now go back to the 2 stitches that we skipped, yarn over twice, and we're going to work on the back side of these 2 stitches, and we're going to do a back post treble crochet. So again, if you need to turn your work, then you can. So drop loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. Again, yarn over twice, go into the next, working back behind these 2 stitches, grab that post, make a back post treble crochet, and that is the repeat unit for row number 2. And I will meet you once I have gotten this row completed. Once you have gotten to the end of your second row repeat, you'll find that you have your 2 trebles left and then these 2 edge stitches. So we are going to place a back post treble crochet in both of those trebles from the previous row. And then in the last 2 stitches, we are going to place a double crochet. So we are going to continue repeating those 2 rows for a total of 9 times. So you will leave off on the first row repeat. So I'm going to show you how to do that again. So chain 4, go ahead and turn your work. In the first 2 stitches, which is our edge stitches, we are going to place a treble crochet in both of those. We are going to skip the next 2 stitches, which are these back post treble crochets from the previous row, so now they look like front post. We're going to go to the next 2 stitches and we are going to place a front post treble crochet in both of those. So 1 and 2. We're going to go back to the 2 skipped trebles, and we are going to place a front post treble crochet in both of those. And that is going to be your repeating unit for the first row repeat again. Again, we are going to continue repeating those until you have a total of 9 rows, and I'll meet you back for once I've got them fully completed. Once you have gotten all 9 of those repeating rows completed, this is about roughly what your project should look like. So we did the Celtic weave, and your last row should have been on the front side of our work. Now we are going to turn our work, go ahead and chain 3, and we are going to go ahead and place a double crochet in each stitch until you have gotten to the end of this row, and then I will meet you back around. For the next row, go ahead and chain 2, turn your work, and now we are going to do a half double crochet in the back loop only. So you'll have these front 2 loops and then this very back loop. We're going to crochet into that very back loop and do a half double crochet. And we're going to continue doing that until you have reached the end of this row, making sure you do have a total of 84 stitches. Once you have gotten this row completed, the next row you can go ahead and place a single crochet in each stitch, and then we'll start working on the lace. So again, this row we are half double crocheting in the back loop only, and then the next stitch we are going to place a single crochet in each stitch. Once you have gotten both of those rows completed, go ahead and switch your yarn back over to the ivory color or whatever your color you're using for the lace part. We're going to go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and you should be on the front side of your work now. And we are going to go ahead and go into that very first stitch and go ahead and place a single crochet. Go ahead and chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip the next 3 stitches, so 1, 2, and 3. Go into the next stitch and place a single crochet. Again, we are going to chain 5 again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip the next 3 stitches, so 1, 2, and 3. And that 4th stitch, we are going to place a single crochet. We're going to go ahead and continue that until we have reached the end of this row. Go ahead and chain 4 and then turn your work. So for the next 2 rows, we are going to do, we're going to chain 4 when we first start off, and then we are going to place a double crochet in that 3rd chain of the chain 5. So we're doing exactly what we did in part 1 and part 2. So then after you have gotten that completed, go ahead and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. and this is going to be the start of the repeat unit. And so after you've got your chain of 5, go back into that same space and place a half or a double crochet, but only work it halfway. And then we are going to go into that single crochet, and we are going to place a half worked treble crochet. So yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2 to where there is 3 loops on your hook. And then we are going to go into that third chain of the chain 5, and we are going to place a double crochet, half worked, and then you should now have 4 loops on your hook, and we are going to pull through all 4 of them loops. Again, chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go into that same stitch, work a half worked double crochet, so you'll draw up a loop and pull through 2. Go into that single crochet, place a half worked treble, so draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2 to where there is 3 loops on your hook. Go into that third chain from the chain 5 and work a half worked double crochet, so draw up a loop, pull through 2 to where there is now 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4. So that is going to be the repeat unit, and we're going to continue working that until you get to the end of this row, and we'll finish off kind of the same way that we started off. So instead of a chain 4 here, it will be a treble crochet. So I'll meet you back around. So once you have made it to the end of this row, we are going to go ahead and chain 5. We're going to go into that same space and place a half worked double crochet. So yarn over, draw up a loop, and pull through 2 to where there is now 2 loops on your hook. And in that very last stitch, we are going to place a treble crochet. So yarn over twice, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now there's 3 loops on your hook, and then go ahead and pull through all 3. So we're going to repeat that row again one more time. So go ahead and chain 4, turn your work, and in that third chain we are going to place a double crochet. Go ahead and chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In that same space, go ahead and place a half worked double crochet. So yarn over, draw up a loop, and pull through 2. Go into that cluster and go ahead and place a half worked treble crochet. So yarn over twice, draw up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2 to where now there is 3 loops on your hook. Go into that third chain, make a half worked treble or double crochet. So yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2 to now where there is 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4. So we're going to go ahead and repeat that unit real quick after you have gotten this second row completed. I haven't got it completed yet, but if you want to get a jump start on part number 4, you can, after you get this one completed, you can place 84 stitches across like we did in part number 2 and the beginning of part number 3. But I will be switching back to this burgundy color for part number 4. But that is the end for clue number 3. If you guys are enjoying this mystery crochet along so far, please don't forget to give this video a like, share, comment, or subscribe. And if you have any pictures of your progress and would like to share that with me, I do have Facebook, I do have Instagram, I do have TikTok. If you can send pictures over TikTok, or email as well, those are all going to be down in the description box. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time.